Hello friends, we've not been here for about a month, so welcome back to my still terribly messy but wonderful garden. We are, as always, starting on the back patio, and in here we have jasmine that is starting to get more buds like these over there. The beautiful even Acer Palmatum Benimaico that is remarkably remaining red. I've moved it from the sun because if you look carefully you will realize that it doesn't actually like full sun. That's the burn indeed, and it's been doing good, pleasingly so. I've now brought in my heather from the front of the house, and just over here looking very dead unfortunately, but it'll come back, don't you worry. It just needs more water and less sun. And while I did that, I've moved the two big pots that you might have seen last time with nasturtiums outside. I'm not gonna show you those again. We have some tomatoes in the wild, I say, in the pot. Pardon me, these are Mascotka tomatoes, and if you look carefully you'll notice that they are starting to form buds. Over here we have some lettuces sprouting, and surprisingly I am shooketh. If you're wondering why they're so flat, by the way, I've just watered, but I am shooketh that the geranium is coming back to life. I was sure that this one would be dead, but it's doing something and I'm hoping it'll just come back. Next to it we have a beautiful chamomile, which will flop back up because I've just watered, as I mentioned. Then fuchsia, which is growing back out after being completely frozen off. I need to pull out that grass, by the way. And the cat, she's here, she's been running in the dirt, it's absolutely fine. In my random propagation spot we have mainly weeds, a little choicea and a rose that a fox broke that you've seen last time. Then the bay tree is doing great still. The hyacinths are doing absolutely fine, and then on here the onions are also doing good. Now this propagation mess, if you're wondering what's going on, the courgettes have been planted out. Not the best germination rate. The cucumbers were in there as well. The squash are still here and they're going out onto the allotment tomorrow. In the meantime, I've planted some additional stuff in these guys, including, I wasn't going to do it, but I did it, including asparagus. So we'll see how things go. Pardon me. The hay fever is strong with this one today. I've replanted a whole bunch of flowers. Some of them are in the ground already. My Carex needs a bigger pot. The rose, the beautiful Austin, what is it called? My gosh, never mind. Dame Judy Dench. Starting to bloom, and I'm very, very excited. Honestly, that rose is absolutely beautiful, pinky salmon, but if you look carefully you'll notice that we've also had some aphids show up, so watering down with soapy water it is. David Austin, that's what it was. Anyway, apologies about the sirens in the background. London is a charming city to live in, as you can imagine. This is looking quite messy, but also not really. We have some much more alive looking heathers over here, much right across. This is, believe it or not, garlic that has been here for a long time. I don't know what it's doing here. And then these are daffs that have blossomed over, volunteer nasturtium, and then just over there the mint is popping back out, and I'm pretty sure we also have some rocket, and then this thing here is mint, everything else is weeds that I need to pick one day when I have energy. But friends, I am 8 months pregnant and energy is not my strong point right now. Let's look over here. We rarely look into this side of the bed. So these tulips, not like you can tell on camera, they're absolutely stunning. And they are at their very last legs at the moment. There were about 20 of them in this row here. I've now deadheaded. They are Menton tulips. And I saw them in Garden Answers a year or two ago, and I fell in love. They are absolutely stunning. Now next to them, my amazing, and I say that so happily, my amazing lupins are starting to come into bloom. And I'm weirdly excited because I love lupins. I think they are such an incredible, fantastic, wonderful flower. But if you look here, there's a lot to see in this area where I clearly need to cut the grass, but the trimmer is charging. So we have an azalea fried eggplant, or whatever you call it, a peony. We'll see if I get any flowers this year. Hosta that's been decimated by slugs. Honestly, the slugs have been very intense and I'm not loving them. Anyway, as you can see, lots of tulips that have been dead-headed. Another hosta. This is a French hosta, French Patriot, I want to say. Stunning. Some more weeds over there, and that little flower is actually kale. And then some more lupins, and I have a feeling this one might actually be white. I planted a mix of white and purple. I think all of the other ones are purples, but I'm hoping for at least one white one. And those absolutely freaking huge flowers here are foxgloves. So let's go back around this way, and I'll perhaps show you just how bad the slugs actually have been. Yes, exactly. I'm gonna need to put some traps, honestly. Beer traps or something like that, perhaps. So, going back this way, through the grass and weeds, sorry, I've pulled out the choicea. I've left the rootstock, because why not? Maybe something will grow out of it, I do not know. But I've also managed to plant out the courgettes. I've only planted them out today, and if you're thinking what the blue stuff is, it is in fact slug repellent pellets, because I'm done. So we'll see how things go. And then over here, the new grass that we've planted with the mister is coming in, which is nice. I needed that grass needed to come in. And then blueberries are doing fine. I will mulch around them to give them some more breathing space. At the moment you can see my other cat just chilling in there. Then over here, that needs hand weeding. This is all rhubarb. And then my plum tree is actually looking kind of cute. So let's go over here very quickly, because I've not shown you any of this in a really long time. The short story is the fig tree is doing great. You can see just about how fat I actually am for a 8-month pregnant lady. And the fig that's on it is starting to look like an actual fig. I wonder if I'll get more food. Probably not. Last year it also had just one that didn't even mature, but we'll see. The lemon tree still looking dead. I don't know if it'll come back. This is supposed to be a frost-hard lemon tree. It kind of died during winter. And then in here we have a couple of tomatillos looking slightly sunburned, but they'll be fine. And then a bug of weeds. Let's not get demonetized, shall we? I'm kidding, I'm not monetizing these videos. This is for my personal record. Over here, I've actually, believe it or not, weeded it just the other day, and comfrey is back already. I don't mind comfrey per se. It's actually great. Sticky weed, I don't mind either. It's fine. It doesn't bother me, it doesn't bother the plants. I just keep it down so it doesn't squish my plants. So blueberries over here, blueberry, and then leftovers from summer bulbs. I've chopped down the rhubarb heads. I think I might have shown you that before, but anyway, they're down. The iris that did not blossom last year is starting to bloom, and I'm pretty sure I purchased an iris that was coral colored. This one is coming out blue. We'll see how things go. The generous gardener is covered in buds is the word I'm looking for. I'm pretty excited. It didn't blossom amazingly last year. This year is doing much better, which is kind of cool. If I spin you this way, something is eating my magnolia, but at least the garlic is doing amazingly. The garlic has another month and a half to 2 months to go before we're going to dig it all out and put something else in there. And then if we spin this way, there is actually some blackcurrant starting babies. If we look carefully, let me see if I can find them. Somewhere in here. Don't know if you can see that, but yeah, there's some blackcurrants on this bush. And there is some sad looking cucumbers just down there. These again covered in slug repellent pellets. And as you can see, comfrey everywhere and looking pretty cute. But also cosmos. Looking over here, some recently watered, needs weeding again, sunburned peppers, tomatoes looking good. The radishes I'm going to pull out because they are starting to go to seed. It's too warm for them now, believe it or not. It's barely 20 Celsius, but that's what it is. This bed also has few peppers within it. That one's lying down because there was a slug on it, snail even. Gotten rid of that, so it'll stand back up. A couple of others over here, and then one over there. This is oregano. And then my beautiful, very bolted spinach that I'll trim back. And then strawberries. And then celtis, again slag decimated. But there's fewer slags these days, so that's good. And then the last bed, we have celery, looking fabulous. The chicory, that's the word I was looking for, starting to slowly bolt. I've been eating out of it quite a bit. Oregano looking lovely, sage looking lovely, thyme looking in fact fantastic. I'm hoping for it to spread across the garden so that I can have more of it. It's very nice. And then parsley also looking so beautiful. So here's the garden in its glory. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will hopefully see you in June.